Have you ever lost everything again and again, yet still felt a faint stubborn spark inside, refusing to die out? Neon-lit city street, midnight. Elise, late 20s, leans in a shelter doorway, rain soaking the tattered resume in her hands. Her knuckles are bruised, but her gaze holds a fragile hope. Elise was raised in the shadow of addiction, her single mother drifting from town to town. Elise's childhood meant stealing food for siblings, dodging eviction, and learning how to sleep on buses. No birthday cakes, no safe home, no finish lines, only survival day by day. As a teen, Elise escapes a violent foster home, ending up with a street gang simply to eat. The world keeps dealing cruel hands, abuse, abandoned jobs, feared and shunned by most. What do you become when life hands you nothing but broken pieces and expects you to build a future? Elise tries to go straight, temp jobs washing dishes, sorting trash, mopping floors. Fires erupt. A trusted co-worker frames her for theft. Fired without pay. Landlord tosses her out. She lands with a group squatting in derelict buildings. Elise sees the cycle. Friends overdose, others vanish. Sweet words of hope from hustlers turn cold. How many times can a heart break before it refuses to heal? Nothing is stable. She bounces in and out of jail for petty crimes, sometimes guilty, sometimes scapegoated for someone else's mistake. Each time Elise thinks she's at the bottom, another trapdoor opens. She loses her last keepsake, a tiny locket from her grandma, when her only suitcase is stolen. When you lose every reason to trust, what keeps you from giving up on yourself? During one bitter winter, Elise is rescued by an outreach worker after collapsing. At the shelter, a wise, world-weary cook takes notice. He teaches her more than food. He shares survival tactics, but also stories of hard-won redemption. Drawing from ancient wisdom he'd learned in a Buddhist temple. It is better to light a single candle than to curse the darkness. Elise listens, grieves, fights the urge to run away from every hand extended. With shelter comes a moment to breathe and to reckon with herself. She attends regular Narcotics Anonymous meetings, relapses more than once, and faces the scorn of those who assume people like her can't change. Is your worst mistake your end, or the beginning of your real story? With a pocket full of coins and nothing to lose, Elise refuses an easy score from her old gang and spends her last $5 to travel to a job fair. She faces wall after wall, no experience, no address, no references. Elise finally breaks down in the street, ready to give in. But in the silence, she recalls the cook's words. Don't fear starting from zero, only emptiness can be filled. She volunteers at the same shelter, dishwashing, cleaning bathrooms, showing up every day with no fallback. With each act of grit, she rebuilds self-trust. Staff offer her a paid position. What if the first person you need to prove wrong is the old version of yourself? Elise finds her voice, speaking out at meetings, sharing brutal truths, giving hope to others as broken as she was. Years pass. Elise rises from shelter cook to director, fighting bureaucrats, hustling donations, and refusing to discard anyone. Neighborhood leaders, once wary of her, bring her into task forces for addiction, youth homelessness, advocacy. She loses grant funding, almost closes the shelter, but rallies the community through viral stories of lives saved. Each time she's knocked down, she comes back bolder. What legend will grow from the ashes of your hardest nights? Elise stands beneath city lights at a memorial for lost friends. She looks back, not with pride for perfection, but with gratitude for endurance. The world will measure you by what you've lost. Measure yourself by what you survive, and what you help others survive. Inspired by ancient wisdom, the lotus blooms from mud. Greatest strength is forged in relentless adversity. What pain have you run from, and what lesson is it chasing you to learn? What's the story you'll write, one broken piece at a time? Close your eyes and imagine how their future can be shaped, not despite their failures, but because of them. If Elise's journey woke something in you, share this with someone who thinks they're too broken to begin again. Like, subscribe, and join a community where every story, no matter how scarred, matters. Real survival isn't about never failing. It's about choosing, every single day, to rise, using your pain as the stone upon which you build hope for yourself and others.